I usually go first. So I'm just trying to make an impression here. So a little bit about me. I've been in business for many years and I stopped counting because it doesn't matter. It's all about trust, right? Um, so I can tell you that if you send a client to me, I'm not going to drop the ball. I'm going to keep follow up and stay in touch and keep everyone updated. So so you know where we stand. If you have scenario that you want to run by me, feel free to call me and ask me what should we do in this situation? Can we do or not? Before you even send the video over, I'm happy to do that. I'm willing to spend time and come up with some solution. I'm good with it. A plan B. So plan A doesn't work, plan B and plan C, and we're gonna massage the deal until it works. I'm not gonna give up on the deal unless I got no solution. So outside of work, I love to travel. Me and my husband, we travel all over the world. And to the right, my two kids. My family used to call me, I'm a little crazy mom. So I do have a tendency to go a little crazy. I'm kind of silly person. I like to have fun. So I do the same thing with my client. When I have a conversation, people will start calling me and they'll ask me a question, and I'll just make them laugh and joke. And it's like mortgage cannot be that serious. We have to get people to calm down and have fun, enjoy it, because at the end of the day, we're gonna solve the problem. That's what we're here for.
I love it. Thanks, Nadia. That was awesome. All right. And then last but certainly not least, we have Sue on the line. Sue?
All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm very honored to be here. I'm very honored to be a part of this group. You guys have great energy. I wish I have an Elias every morning. I think I'm gonna have to call Elias every morning to get me pumped up because that's one great opening, Elias. I love it. I love your AI generated profiles on your website. I hope Zillow would do something like that. You guys look like you guys have a lot of fun at your work and at your job. So I'm super excited to be a part of your team here. A little bit about myself professionally. I've been in the business since 2008. I've been with Zillow for 2 years now. Been in market for a year and a half, supporting offices up Northern California, like Realty Fox, Team Navigate, WR Properties, Omen Group, now your group. So super excited to be a part of your group. Personally, I've been married for 25 years. I have two kids. I have a 21-year-old who just turned 21 this June. She goes to UC Davis up north. It's her third year. She'll be graduating next year. I have a 14-year-old son at home. I do coach his basketball team. The picture on the second picture there you see is one of our special moments we shared together. It was one of the season that we were undefeated, going to the finals, going to triple overtime. My son made the game-winning shot, so therefore I was just screaming out of top of my lungs there. We're pet lovers. I have two dogs at home, a French bulldog and a Maltipoo. And one of the unique um, hobbies that I have outside of work is I do enjoy saltwater aquarium, growing corals. I made that as a side business for myself, but it's a great centerpiece, living artwork at the home. And yeah, I definitely enjoy that hobby. And if anybody wants to learn about that hobby, hit me up. One of the really unique aspect of Zillow Home Loans and what we bring to the table for you guys, I've here on on a couple of your deals that you mentioned. We collaborate with our agent very well. One of the things that I do very well with my agent is help them structure the deal if need be. One of the recent offer that we got accepted was having a client understand the importance of submitting a strong offer when competing with multiple offers. So what I did was I spoke to the client about equity preservation, so they understand that it's not good to lowball the offer. For one, they're going to be homeowners now, so they got to understand the equity preservation of it. in the neighborhood. If you lowball the offer, obviously that's going to affect the neighborhood, that's going to affect comps, that's going to affect pricing. And by asking or submitting an offer above list, we were able to get seller credit to do a 2-1 buy down. So they love the the idea, they love the the strategy. The agent loved the strategy, and we were able to win the offer. So just know that we're not your typical online loan officer that's just taking application. We are your partner. We are very experienced, and we're here to help in any way we can, and we're there to step in any way we can to help win the deals. And
I
I'm
love
super
that.
excited to be a part of this and help you guys. And again, reputation matters in our industry, and I let my clients do the selling on my part, because if you guys check my Zillow profile, you can see how highly I come recommended with all the clients that I had helped in the past. So reputation matters, and I really lean in on that.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Sue. And you don't get that great reputation by not doing good business. So we're really proud to have you on our team, and we've got really great reviews that you guys can check out. So I was going to say something though, and I just totally forgot. And it was so good. Darn it. Anyway, all right. Well, oh, I know what it was. Yeah, just always feel free. And I mean, don't just feel free. Like, I really, really encourage you guys, call the LO when you're writing an offer, every offer. Call them up and say, hey, I'm getting ready to write this offer. What can we do to make this as sweet as possible? Really collaborate with your loan officer on that aspect. That's how we win deals. So I just wanted to put that out there. All right, well, let's open it up for questions. I know you guys have got to have some questions. Let's have them. Let's hear them.
Team, if you want to just take yourself off mute and jump on, or use the little hand raise emoji, go for it. But we would love to have your questions, contributions. This is your opportunity to really get in deep, find out some more about our loan officers, find out some specific scenario questions, whatever you got. Anyone got any questions? Otherwise, I got some that we can get the ball rolling with, but I'd love
Glenn's
to
got
hear from
one.
our team. Glenn, we got a question there?
I didn't, but I'll say something.
All right.
I'm always willing to say something, but I just wanted to say that getting to know Ben has been awesome. And if any, for my teammates, one of the great things about the partner, there are lots of great things, but one of my favorite things about the partnership that we have is that I've got a client, I reach out to them, no contact. I reach out to them, no contact. Ben magically reaches out to them and wants to talk money, and suddenly they take Ben's call. But the cool part about it is that Ben says, hey, great, let me update. Like, for example, we had a mutual client. They came to me. I sent them over to Ben. They hadn't been taking my calls. Ben talked to them and said, hey, you know what? They want to transition away from condos and get into single family home. So because of that, I was able to up their approval. And because we're not having to take an HOA into consideration, and now they want to update their search. So he linked us in together on an email thread and updated the notes on my side in Follow Up Boss. Well, not in my Follow Up Boss. He updated his notes, which came over to me in Follow Up Boss, which gave me great ammunition to reach out. And guess what? My clients took my call, right? Because now I was able to update their search, get them into a different situation. So it really is like having an extension of yourself with your clients. So if you haven't taken advantage of working with one of these people, I encourage you to establish a relationship, talk to them, and just send them a couple leads and see how great it is to work with them.
Thanks,
Thank you
Glenn.
so much.
I do have a tip, you guys. So if you're going to choose one of us, just make sure you send the lead over alphabetically.
Ben's got jokes every day. Every day he's got jokes. I thought it was really funny the first time.
Fantastic.
He also
Thank
tricked
you.
me the first time. It's funny. All right, what else we got? Any other questions? I know you guys have got to have some good hard questions. You guys roasted me when I was there. Come on.
So just
Sure,
so
I have
you
a
know-
question.
Okay.
Jung Hee, what do we got?
Oh, hi. I was sort of curious if you guys could handle I know you guys can't do non-conforming loans, but I was looking for a client yesterday for like specifically San Francisco, like second loans or DALP loans and things like that are required to have special approval through the mayor's office and things like that. is Zillow gonna have sort of, is gonna get into those specialty programs as well? Is that like a goal, or is it, yeah, where do you guys stand on things like that?
I can take
Uh,
this if you guys,
I
you
I
know,
can take.
go for it.
Oh, sorry, Ali.
No.
But what I will say right now, as Zillow is expanding across the nation, right? We are doing what we do really, really well, right? So right now we're really dialed into that customer experience, which is going to the Zillow website, connecting with a great top tier Zillow agent. And then if we're going to introduce mortgages, which can be a very stressful, complicated system, that process has to be phenomenal. So we are sticking to our conforming FHA, VA products right now, things that we can control that experience. So when we add in down payment assistance or third party approvals that really we lose control, we're just not there right now.
Okay, makes sense.
And to be clear, we do jumbo. So we don't do, we do non-conform, we do non-conforming products, just only jumbo products. What we don't do are those non-QM and down payment assistance. So just to be clear though, we do jumbo loans. We do offer jumbo products.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But
All
but
right,
you
what
guys
else
are
we
not
got?
you guys are not doing like bank statement loans or anything like that. Just a straight, conforming, non-conforming loan limits type of stuff, W-2s, pay stubs, tax returns, things like that, right?
Correct, yeah, just
Okay.
no non-QM, yeah. Yeah, but I would always say, have just a quick conversation. If the buyer thinks they need a bank statement program, still let us take a look at it and make sure that there's not a conforming product that might work for them. And if it doesn't work, we obviously would pass it back to you. But a lot of times the buyers think they need those non-QM programs and they really don't. There's other options that might work for them better.
V, we
Not
got a
always.
question. I see your hand raised there.
Yes, I have a quick question. Sorry, I had to write my question down in case I forgot it. Now that we have Zillow lenders specifically for our team, and we probably covered this before, but feel free to freshen up my memory. In terms of clients already pre-approved with Zillow, how are they then connected to the agents on our team? Is it random? Because I know I got one Zillow lender already approved back then with the client, but he told me that that time it was random. He just pressed a button and then it just came to, whoever was on shift that week and picked up and stuff. So is it the same way?
Yes.
The-
So those pre-approved leads that you guys get come from our digital side. Those are not coming from your 4 designated loan officers. And I'll let Max, if you want to just kind of chime in a little bit, while it is randomized for the most part, but I want to be clear that those pre-approved leads are not coming from your 4 designated LOs. Those are coming from our digital side, where people have gone online and filled out an application before ever talking to anybody.
That's exactly right. So we have people who come in through our national side as Zillow becomes more of a, force in the lending space. When people Google get a mortgage, Zillow is going to continue to move up the SEO. We're going to get more and more people that way. What's going to happen is our national lenders will find somebody in this market. Right now, it is randomized somewhat by team, and then within a team you have to be live on calls to get them, so it is random today, but in the near future individual conversion rate, predicted conversion rate, and your adoption with Zillow Home Loans will be very heavily factored in with who's going to get those opportunities.
Thank you.
Love it.
I was going to just add in, as with regards to that and the leads that we work on, we are specifically here to help you guys. With the leads that you get and the people that need financing, you call us and we're your go-to for all of those situations. So we're really trying to be a team player and then support you guys with your current buyers. And like they were saying, as far as the ones that you call that are already pre-approved, that's going to be direct to consumer, digital, going to Zillow first. We're here with the agent first in mind to support you.
That's a really great point and way to say it, Daniel. I think sometimes it can look a little confusing having both the digital side and the premier agent side, but that's the perfect way to explain it. These guys are here only to support you and your business. They're not taking online leads. They're not busy doing other things. You are always going to be a priority on the premier agent side. I love that. What else we got?
Who's got one? I'll throw one in while everyone else is thinking up their deep, insightful questions. I'd love to hear from all the loan officers. You know, for even though it might be a little bit more of a buyer's market than normal, we still work in some very competitive markets and write offers that have multiple offers, go over the single price, all that sort of stuff. What strategies do you like to use, or what things do you see that work from the loan side that help to get our clients' offers accepted in a competitive situation?
Yeah, so I'll go
Great
first on that.
question.
So I always lean into the fully underwritten pre-approval for my clients, and it really helps all parties, and really kind of convey the importance of why that is. I always provide the reason behind the whys, right? So they fully understand it. The reason is with a fully underwritten pre-approval, it's more sticky. It speaks volume when you're spinning it to the listing agent and the seller. They know that they're serious. They got connected with a great lender that did the due diligence, did the homework. And with a fully underwritten pre-approval, we can close as quickly as 11 days. If you look at my Zillow profile, I've closed a transaction as quickly as 11 days on a 3-day holiday weekend. And that's one of the reasons because of that, right? So that's one of the things that I strategize and I utilize and I really lean into in a competitive market going up with multiple offers. The other thing would be really contact the listing agent when the offer is submitted, having that great conversation of how well the client is qualifying. Talking about Zillow, the service that we provide, what we have done already on the pre-approval side, and really also talk about the offer itself, right? How why the client's going into the offer at this price or whatnot. So those are the kind of strategies that I like to provide and and help out to win the offers. I think that's a really great and unique aspect of what we provide. Like I said, it's the collaboration. It's it's what we do here with our clients, and the other things that I do with my agent and my client is during the pre-approval side, I do like to do a 3-way call with the agent and with the client, so that way we can get involved and show the client that we work well as a team when talking about financing. And the other thing too with that, the agent should be ready to show or have other properties in mind when they learn about financing and their pre-approval, so that way you guys can be ready to show other properties and transact quicker, knowing their pre-approval. So yeah, it's the collaboration. It's it's the way that we provide information to our clients to make sure that they're ready and be competitive when the offers are submitted.
So great. And see, what I really take from that is that you provide the big picture. A lot of loan officers, number one, a lot of loan officers are afraid to pick up the phone and call listing agents. You'd be surprised. Our loan officers are not afraid to pick up the phone and call listing agents. They'll even talk to sellers if you need them to. A lot of loan officers are not going to do that. But like Sue said, we provide you all the information that you need, not just to answer the one little question that you asked. We're going to give you the answer to that question and then also tell you why that's the answer, and then give you a little bit more information in case you need to pivot when you're out there showing houses and you need to know what your other options are. A lot of loan officers and lenders will just give you just the answer to that one question that you asked. We go a lot further than that. We want to really send you out there with all the power and the buying power that you can possibly have, so you can make decisions and pivot quickly out there without having to come back to us every day and ask us another question. It's really important that we empower you guys to do everything you need to out there to get those buyers under contract. What else we got?
I would say that our 21-day close is pretty important. We don't just say like we're closing loan in 30 days. It's not about 30 days anymore. I would say write the contract based on the needs of the seller. And because a seller likes to hear that, we can close pretty fast here. I've done 2.5 week close before on the VA loan like 2 months ago, and with no issue. So and I just want to let you know that.
Love that. And it's so different now too, guys, because like back in the day, we had to go collect pay stubs, W-2s, and actual like paper bank statements from customers. We've got technology now at Zillow where we can very likely take an application over the phone, get a everything that the underwriter is going to ask for, and then we can get their pay stubs through the work number, their W-2 through the work number, and their bank statements through Plaid. And we never had to ask the customer to send us a single thing. I mean, that's a perfect scenario. It may not happen that way all the time, but those are the things that contribute to our super fast closings. We've got all the technology and everything working behind the scenes so that we can get these things done as quickly as possible without having to ask the buyer for a million little things. And there's no going back and forth to underwriting. We make that very, very smooth. All right, Vernon's saying no, we get more lead opportunities. Love it. Love it.
If anyone else has a question, please jump in, but I got another one that I can throw out here to the group. Going once, going twice. Come on, folks. I know you got to be cooking some of these up. But all right, I'll throw another one of these out here. So we're in the Bay Area, super diverse market. We got a lot of people that we serve coming from a lot of different backgrounds. I know we talked about the Spanish speaking element. And that was something that we discussed, and I know your team is working on. What are there any other languages that our loan officer team speaks here? And we're not talking about loan documents, right? Not the loan documents, but just being able to pick up the phone and speak with someone where English is maybe not their primary language. Are there any other languages that we can leverage from our loan officer team?
Gotcha. I'll let you guys take that. Sue? Nadia?
Yeah, I speak Vietnamese. So if you guys have Vietnamese speaking clients, I'm more than willing to help on that.
I speak Thai. There's a lot of Thai customer out there, especially in the Bay Area. You'll see a Thai restaurant every corner, just like McDonald's. So yeah, so I can help them.
Awesome. That helps a lot. It's good to know. Anybody else?
I'll add something real quick, you guys. So, and we were kind of talking about 21 days. I think the Bay Area market being as competitive as it is, like we're really going to lean into the technology that we have, right? So a 15-day close is pretty common. And then, speaking to that listing agent to voice our confidence, one of our biggest hurdles is I didn't even know Zillow was doing loans, right? So it's a big part of why we take the ownership and make that phone call and really line everything up to close quick as if this is a cash offer.
Love that.
I got another question I can throw out there. Again, unless anyone else wants to bring one up. Okay, so let's say we got a client, they get referred through, you run their credit, do a soft pull, hard pull, whatever. And their credit score is 550 or something like that, right? They're not going to get approved to get a home loan. What does the process look like for those longer nurture people, and especially people with credit challenges that maybe need some time and some nurturing before, but they're motivated to buy a house? What does that process look like?
I can take that one. So most of the leads that we get over are first-time home buyers, right? A lot of times they don't really know the questions that they need to ask. They see some stuff on Reddit and their uncle bought a house and they told them what to do. So, we really take our time and understand their why, explain what the mortgage process looks like so they feel, informed and confident. The soft credit pull is huge. Everybody's like, hey, I don't want to have a hard credit inquiry. I'm just looking to see if I can even qualify to buy a house. So we lean into that. Talk to them. Hey, I always say, it's better to know where you are right now than to stick your head in the sand, because that's not going to do you any good. Let's do the soft credit pull, go over your information and see what we have. We've looked at thousands of credit reports. There's nothing to be embarrassed about on a credit standpoint, right? It's better to just know where you are. So I have, pretty frank conversations with people, explain it, make them feel comfortable. And if it's a situation where, hey, they have collections, their credit score is lower, we do have some tools to try and run some simulators depending on where they're at to see what could boost them. If it's a situation where it's a longer term nurture, they're not going to be willing to transact for 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 months. That's something, we talk with them, give them our information and say, hey, when you're ready to talk, or if you have any questions throughout the transaction or throughout from now when you're ready to buy, reach out to us. We're still here to help. If somebody's not willing to buy right now, we're not just going to shut them down and say, hey, I don't want to talk to you, move on to the next person. I don't think that's how we operate. These are people, they want to buy houses and homes for their family, and setting them up for success is huge. and it's a closing down the line for us and for you guys. So we really kind of lean into that, help people, and that's one thing that I think is paramount and most important to me, is that they have a fantastic experience, because we got to remember, it's not just a transaction, it's a home for these people. A lot of times they don't even think that they can qualify for a house, and you'd be surprised how many conversations I've had and we're like, wow, I didn't even know I would qualify. So it's pretty exciting from that standpoint, and that's one thing I think that really kind of keeps us going.
Love that. And then as far as looping in the agent, can you talk a little bit about that, Daniel, about what that looks like?
So especially with those situations, let's say you have a client, they want to purchase a home. They're like, this is the house. We do the soft credit pull, and let's say it's less than stellar. They need to do some work. We want to loop you in right away to let you know, hey, this is going to need some work. There's some red flags here. Maybe not now, but down the road, we can do something. We leave notes and follow-up, boss, that you guys will get alerted to, but also I like to call you to let you know this is what's happening without getting into too many of the personal specifics, but just give you an idea of what's going on. And we have that conversation with the client. We try and brainstorm some ideas. We can't go over, specific credit repair tactics, since we're not licensed to do that, but general information, credit utilization, making sure your payments are on time, that kind of stuff, happy to do it. But we want to make sure that you're informed too, because you got to get in the car and drive around and show people homes. And I don't want you going out there, I don't want to say wasting your time, but showing a bunch of homes to somebody that can't do it right now or isn't prepared. We want to make sure that you're looped in. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about, being a team player. When you succeed, we succeed. We want to make sure that you guys close as many deals as you can. We're commission based just like you. And when we collaborate on that and kind of have a unified front, it kind of goes into what we're trying to do here at Zillow and have a unified experience for the borrower. It's kind of the one-stop shop. And you can really sense that when both heads are talking to each other, right? You don't have two aspects working against each other. And we want to make sure that they feel that just as you would.
Yeah, that was the perfect way to close this out, Daniel. And that's just a reminder to everybody that this enhanced market experience, we are answering to the buyer's request. They said, we want a one-stop shop. We want to be able to buy a house and keep it all under one roof, to keep it simple. As they say, keep it simple, sister. So we are answering to the buyer's request here by creating these enhanced markets. So I think that is all that we have for you guys today. It was so great to see all your faces again. I can't wait to be back. I think Max and I are going to come back like mid-September. So let me know what the temperature is going to be, would ya? And I'll dress a little more appropriately maybe this time. So I'm not sweating to death the whole time I'm there. But I can't wait to see you guys again. It's so great to do this. We launch on the 31st, but like Max says, let's treat this like the regular season, not the preseason. Let's crush it. We are so excited to be a part of your team, and I can't wait to see where we take this. I know we're going to do big things together. I just know it.
Amazing.
I love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Have a
I'll
good
stick
morning.
around for a few minutes if anyone has questions, but otherwise we are breaking early. So thanks, everyone. See you next time.
Hi, guys.